Hey there, it's Nenad from Simply Grow again. This time around, I have another really interesting scenario to share with you. So, the story goes, let's say we have a SaaS and it's in high demand. A lot of people want to try it and a lot of people want to do a demo call with us. And we're happy about it, but the thing is, maybe we don't have the bandwidth and availability for everyone, and we have, unfortunately, to do triage and to follow our ICP. So when someone books a demo call with us through a scheduler like Calendly, Zcal, Cal.com, etc., we have to qualify them. And in case they're qualified as a company and they fit our ICP criteria, perfect, we're going to proceed with the call. If not, we will be forced to cancel the call, and but we are going to provide a lot of information, a lot of useful material to help them go to trial period more easily, and to give them more value, to nurture them, etc., etc. So this is the scenario that does that automatically for us. First and foremost, we have a scheduler. And as I've mentioned, in this case, I'm using Cal.com. The reason is it's pretty easy platform to use. And also they give us all the features to use even on a free plan, like webhooks, API, etc. Now, the second module here is Relevance AI. And if you watch previous Loom, where we had a similar scenario when someone fills out a HubSpot form to download lead magnet, so we are enriching their information about this person and their company only based on their email address. So if not, I'm going to explain everything, so don't worry. Then we are going to save that information in our CRM, and in this case, the CRM of choice is HubSpot. Now, here is the qualification step. Now, in this case, I've used some arbitrary criteria, like if the person that is booking the call has marketing in their title, if the number of employees is more than 20, if ChatGPT thinks they are a SaaS and doing outbound and that's everything is coming from Relevance AI, then put them in a special sequence. In this case, it's HeyReach sequence, where we can connect with them and say, hey, I've noticed you booked a call with us. We're happy about it and can't wait. In the meantime, please take a look at this material if you want, if you have time. And here we can play with, for example, if we can enrich their industry and see if we have case studies from similar companies from the same industry, how they're winning big with our solution, and share that with them and say, hey, just to prep them for our call. This is just an idea. I mean, we can play with a lot of different options. We can put them in an email sequencer. We can just send them one email to confirm a ton of different things. And then after that, we are going to save all the information about their company in our CRM, in our HubSpot. And we have this little branching because the way modules work, HubSpot modules work inside Make, is we first need to search for the company in order to get the ID. So to update the existing company, we need ID. That's why we need to do search. And if they exist, then we're just going to populate certain additional properties. If not, we're gonna create company and add all the information. Now, if they fail this test, this filter, we might send a Slack message to account executive to notify them we have a demo book that is going to be canceled. Arguably, we can add the same module in the upper branch. Why not? And then we are going to use another cal.com module that is going to ping their API and to hit this endpoint for canceling the call with the message, and we will put the person in a different sequence and different campaign. This is qualified for a demo. This is not qualified for a demo. So, hey, I saw you booked the demo. Unfortunately, whatever we want to say to them and to compensate them with additional materials, or I don't know, something, whatever you feel it's right to do. And this branching is the same as above. So without any further ado, let's jump into some examples. So first of all, let me talk about this Relevance AI for a moment. This platform allows us to create either AI agents or AI tools that AI agents use. And we, in our make scenarios, can either call an AI agent or use a tool. In this case, I'm using just a tool, which is nothing more than a sequence of different steps. As I mentioned, we are doing enrichment only based on their email address of the person that is booking the call, which is, from my perspective, really powerful because we don't have a need to create a huge friction by asking too much information. So I'm using Vukashin from HeyReach, his email address, just to demonstrate how it works and to walk you through steps, and you'll be able to get this blueprint or template, or however it's called in Relevance AI phraseology, as well as the blueprint for make scenarios. So I'm going to run the tool with this sample input. The first step is to just use a simple JavaScript code to just extract domain. Okay, we just jumped at the very bottom. So getting domain, this is what we get. Now we're calling additional service called Enrich.so that is providing a really nice batch of information about this person. Basically, that's information from people's LinkedIn profiles, which is cool. We don't have to scrape profiles. We can just ping this service and we'll get something like this. So a lot of information about this person and their URL, first name, last name, job history, their description, etc. So we're asking ChatGPT whether or not it thinks that this company is doing actually any kind of outreach, outbound. Yes, true or false. Then, if does ChatGPT thinks this company is a SaaS company based on description, and then we're enriching the company portion of the whole workflow, and then we are getting this response. And this last step is just a little bit of JavaScript where we are forming the payload, the structure of the payload, what is actually that we want to receive at the output in our make scenario. So that's the key probably component of this whole system, and let me demonstrate how this works. So first of all, I'm gonna start and run once. Now this is a webhook expecting some information. I'm going to go into my cal.com account. I'm going to switch to this landing page for booking, and I'm gonna just grab some time and I'm going to book as myself. Now, because I don't have marketing in my title, I'm going to fail the test, which is a desired solution because desired scenario, because I want to show you how it works when it fails. So, okay, so it received. Now we're going through all the steps that you saw a moment ago. We need to wait a little bit. We can see the payload from cal.com, everything that we're getting as information about this event. So as you can see, it finished. So we got the payload in the format that we've defined at the very end of the tool. Then we've updated the contact because this failed, and we can see why it failed. Then we can send a message to account executive as a private message or a group message, like channel message, with some text. Hey, we have an unqualified lead. Check it out. The LinkedIn URL to the person and the company. And then we cancel the call with a message, sorry. We can play with a message of obviously, and added the person to the HeyReach, HubSpot, update the company because it exists. So this is as simple as possible. An example what happens when this scenario fails. Let's try something else. Let's start again, listening, and go back and go here, and I'm going to use, hopefully, Vukashin will not get mad at me because he's receiving these kind of notifications for testing purposes. So this is the scenario. So this time around, we have a different payload. different person booking. And as we can see, it executed and finished in the top branch because this filters, these values are all good. So different campaign inside HeyReach, different events inside HubSpot, Enrich company, etc. So basically, this is something that can help us a lot, us, our sales team, our account executives, to qualify or disqualified companies based on our ICP and book a call to actually keep the booked call or just cancel it. So, and I also wanted to share something with you, which can be a little bit confusing, so bear with me for a moment. I'm going to show you how to connect cal.com with make.com, and also we have this inside our inbox, all notifications, as a proof that those events are scheduled or canceled. So just a second. So first and foremost, if we are testing something inside Make, this is a good example, just an exercise to create a scenario where you're going to, in isolation, test different things. Because when we take a look, as any platform, any software, we need to have a connection, active connection between the platform and Make, and also to have a webhook. So instead of me booking a ton of events in my own calendar, I can just create a webhook, copy this, and if we go into cal.com, so this is the interface, and go to settings and go to webhooks, what we're going to see is nothing, even though a webhook exists. So this is a little bit confusing. And if I try to do this, so what I did, I copied this URL. So this is unique URL that is going to listen and receive information whenever something happens inside cal.com. This is enabled. I'm gonna delete all of it. Booking created. Secret we can skip. This is a secret value that we can pass and check on the side of Make if this is actually matching the secret that we've defined here, so we avoid someone getting in between and trying to mess with our API and scenario. So I'm going here, copying address, pasting it here, and I want to create a webhook. Now, what is going to happen, we will receive this pop-up that just cal.com failed. Why? Well, because webhook exists, so it cannot create another webhook with this URL. But what we can do with this is just to keep it in this draft mode. We can go here and say, run this module only, go back here and just ping test. And then we can test out and see how everything is working. So this is just test data. So I want to share this with you. If you encounter something like this with cal.com, not to be confused or upset, it is what it is. And also, additional thing, because you'll be able to get this blueprint, export it, and you can import it into your make.com account. So I want to show you that additional thing. So I switched the organization inside Make, so this is a fresh start, and I'm going to go here and import blueprint. Okay, so when I say this, cool, so we have the blueprint. Basically, when I go here, it says create a webhook. Before that, I need to create a connection. Now, what is happening and can be misleading, if we go to webhooks and this API keys, we have something here installed and already set up. And if we create an API key here, whatever we want to call it, never expires, save. This is the most intuitive thing to do, right? But if we go here, create a connection, put this API key here, we will get an error. So it's really confusing, but the proper way to do this with cal.com is to go back and to go to this section called apps. And here, I'm going to type make, and it's installed because I've already used it. So I'm going to restart everything. I'm going to disconnect, yes, remove app, and this is starting from scratch. Install app on this account, and now we generate an API key, and now we copy this and we need to save it somewhere, because this is the only whenever we close this page, we will not be able to access this API key anymore. So save it somewhere, close it, or we can just go to create a connection and put this API key here. And now it's going to work. So basically, that's the proper way to connect cal.com with Make. So hopefully this is going to be useful to you, and best of luck.